Hi everyone, I hope the light works today. We are going to do a quick video on how to clean your brushes and maintain them. So there's a few different things that you can use to clean your brushes. So we're going to try a few different ones today and see how you like them. There is no right or wrong. As long as your brushes don't get damaged, you can pretty much use anything you like. I'm going to start with some normal everyday hand liquid. So I'll just pop some on my hand. Actually, I pop some on my brush cleaner and a tiny little bit of water. Oops. And then I'll get my brush out. Now with my brushes, I am very rough with them. I use all different types of inks. I don't look which one I'm doing. And yeah, I am not the best at looking after my brushes. I know that some people will not use a StazOn brush and then use a acrylic at the same time. I do. I use whichever ink I need at the time. Now I'll just bring this tab over. Now you can see how much is coming out, and these brushes have been sitting there for a little while, so they are quite dry. And when I used them on the paper, they were not coming out. The ink was not coming out. So, okay. So it's got rid of a lot. And if I keep on going, I might get a tiny little bit more out, but not much more than that. It has actually stained my brushes. Now, I'm going to use the same brush and use dishwashing liquid on it. So I'm going from the least dangerous product, which is your normal everyday soap, hand wash, to my most harshest one. So again, I've got a little bit more by using the dishwashing liquid, because obviously it's got harsher chemicals than your hand soap. These are a must. I love these. I've got them in a few different colors and they're all over the shop and they're perfect. And yeah, makes my job of cleaning brushes much easier. Got a little bit more out. Now the other thing you can use to clean brushes other than hand soap and dishwashing liquid are your actual stem cleaners. So we have one from Couture Creation. This is our multi-purpose stem cleaner, which will work on your brushes as well. We've got the StazOn all-purpose cleaner, and then I have the water-based cleaner from Ranger. So we'll do those three next. And I'm actually going to keep going with that green, see how much more I can get out of it before I start on the other brushes. I do have a handful of them to do today. So I'll start with the water-based one, which is the least harmful again. And look at that, I've got more coming out. You will need a well-ventilated area if you're going to use chemicals like these ones. Once you start talking anything above your hand washing and dishwashing liquid, you will need a ventilated area. Okay, so that's all I'm going to get out of that. Let's go for the next one, which would be, now it's a toss-up between these two. I'm going to go for that one first because, again, it's a multi-purpose stem cleaner, where the StazOn is a bit harsher than that one. Yeah, a little bit more. I didn't take a picture of when it started like, but I would not be able to get rid of all of it, I don't believe. This will be my green brush forever, so it's not a big deal. Got a little bit more coming out there. This brush has never been washed before. And I don't look what shade of green I use. I use all greens with it. And last one but not least will be our StazOn. Now, with this one, you just pop some on your brush scrubber. And again, it's getting a little bit more off, but nothing major. Nothing major at all. Okay, now the one thing you can use, and I say this with care though and careful, is your normal everyday alcohol. That will help clean the brushes. The only thing you gotta watch out with alcohol is that it will, or it can react with the glue that holds your brush together, so your brush might pop out. Usually it pops out as one piece, so all you have to do is hot glue it back in. Let's see. This one should get heaps out. Have a look at that. Wow. And don't worry about my drain. We live out on a farm, so it's just gonna go out in the grass. So it won't be like you're in the city. I wouldn't put alcohol down the drain. Just do it outside in a bucket and chuck it out. It will evaporate quite quickly, so if you're like my hubby, do it in a bucket and then put it on the outdoor fire. And if you're starting up the fire within a certain amount of time, it helps. I think that is the best I can do for this one. I mean, I can keep going. It is coming out. Oops, see? So that's popped out. And that's because it reacts with the glue that's holding it in there. Not biggie. I will glue it back in and it will stay after. But it does do an extremely good job at cleaning your brushes, the alcohol. Yeah. So with this one, I could keep going quite a bit more. It will not come out completely clear, but you can see how much lighter it is compared to how dark it was earlier. Now, the most important thing with brushes is after you wash them, is how to dry them. And you can't just put them down to dry. It will hold water on the inside. So you have to actually dry them with its head down. Now, if you've got a dish rack, you might be able to pop it in there. Otherwise, I have these from Uniquely Creative, and all I do is I pop it on my sink like that and leave it to dry. And that will stay down until it's dry this afternoon. So, do a couple more brushes before we go. I might quickly do the other two greens. And I'm gonna go and jump straight on the alcohol because I want it done really, really quickly. That's not too bad at all now. I think I'm quite happy with that. Just rinse it off. And this one is actually quite firm in there. It hasn't affected the glue at all. Now, let's do a one with a stem cleaner. I've got another little purple one. It's not overly dirty, but let's see what we get out of it. Now, that's pretty much all that's going to come out of that one. And if you look at this one, which was really dirty, and compare it to that one, that one's come out much cleaner. finish it up with a bit of alcohol. And yeah, you can see it's all coming off. That's my purple, and yeah, much better. Quickly my blue. Now this one is hardly been used, so it should come off pretty quick. Another blue, and I'm mixing colors here, but I figured it doesn't matter because it's all going to be rinsed off. Look at that one. That one's come out quite nice as well. And again, I'm not going to be too picky because I'm going to use it with another blue shaded colors. So that is perfectly clean for me. Don't fall. And have a look at these ones. That was our purple and that was the blue. The blue is completely white, but that wasn't overly dirty. This one wasn't too dirty either, and it's just got a tinge of purple. Okay, I only have a couple more to do. So yellow, nothing's coming off with water. Try to stays on quickly. Stays on is getting rid, but don't forget, stays on is also alcohol based, so it will could affect your glue. Oh, look at that! Wow, that's really good. So I'll rinse it in a second. I'll just quickly do my brown. Wow, that has washed. Wow, this one. Okay. That has done very well indeed. So there you go. Plain alcohol stays on. We'll pretty much do the same thing. Again, like I said, stays on is alcohol based. Okay. Brush is clean. Put them in there to dry. So they will take anything, depending on the weather, anything up to a few hours to dry. That one in there. I'm just gonna leave them on the sink since no one else is home today except for the cats, and that's it. So once they're dry, I am going to glue that one back in, and I'll let you know how I go with gluing it back in. It is one part, and it was a greeny one, so yeah. So I'll see if I want to use some glossy accents will actually work well, or some hot glue. See which one will stick better. I'll let you know if I remember. And that's it for today. We don't have class this week because we're going to do a BYO and catch up at the actual physical class. So this will be our video for the week. If you have any questions, just yell out. We do have all the products in store except for the dishwashing liquid and that hand wash. Other than that, have a great weekend. Bye.